I'll be calling you a radical. Just so you guys know, that mountain's the Paramount Picture Mountain, the mighty Ben Lomond. And BL on the mountain, there's a BL right there that stands for Blanche. So we're going to talk some really cool stuff that's going down in San Diego right now. So, you know, it's funny because I was just going on that rant. I did my video on the Great Lie. So, I didn't know this. So in San Diego, they're changing the name of Serra High School. Now, I'll tell you a great story about Father Serra that pretty amazing. I want to start off because of basketball with Bill Walton. He's from there. I've known Bill Walton since I was a little kid. He's old school San Diego like me. We from the sea. Walton Avenue. I mean, his family, old school there. And I will always stick up for Bill Walton for one reason. Because he's an asshole. He's always an asshole. I've known him since I was a kid on Walton Avenue. Headed up to Hunsaker Avenue. There. So, it's got to be one of the Yogi Berra of our time. It's got to be one of the great lines of all time. One of the great predictions of all time. What are you talking about? The Pac-12 is no good. What? Utah's in the Pac-12? Stanford kills Utes again. Remember, that's my line for years. So the Stanford Indians versus the Utah Indians. I thought Indians were from India. So he's just, what are you talking about? At least 5 of these teams will make the Final Four from the Pac-12. It's one of the great lines in history. He might be right. So I'll tell you why I will always stick up for him. Because San Diego 250, I went to San Diego 200. Reagan spoke, and there was literally hundreds of thousands. San Diego 250, there's well advertised, unbelievable. Maybe 200, 250, 300 people there. Bill Walton was there. I sat with him. He was an ass. He's always an ass, but I like that asshole. But, so this is important. We'll get over here by the mural. We're going to talk about the Denver Airport murals. The artists that did those are fucking masterpieces. And I mean masterpieces. I equate him to Diego Rivera. Of course, Diego Rivera didn't do his own plaster work. I do my own frescoes. Blanche the fresco artist. So, I want to do more. I'm going to do some in here in Ogden when I get over all this cancer and all this and get some money, you know. I got plans. So, Serra High School. This is an incredible story. I'm walking the whole coast of California dying, as you know. And I slept in Carmel Cove. You know. I almost got a waterbed that night. I'm very careful. I always check where high tide is. But the cove there, you know, I'm snuck up in there. I'm sleeping. And the tide got higher than we expected. And I got wet. I almost got a waterbed. I almost fucking died. I'm so cold. So you know, it's still dark. I'm walking up and I get by the Carmel Mission. Now, you know, I know a lot about California history, especially coastal. I always thought he was buried in San Diego for some reason. And I get over there and I walk up by the mission. I just took a picture. I don't even know why I took the picture of the graveyard right there. And the door was open. And he says, well, what are you doing? I said, God, I'm so cold, blah, blah. Come in here. I slept on the bench that night. And then I realized that's his grave. I'm like, whoa. I'm just talking in the video that I just put up how when they got done laying the rock. By the way, that mission used to be in Monterey, the earthquake. That's where the tree is, where my grandfather, Hunsaker. The statue at Old Town, that's my grandpa. Walked up, stood there at the tree. That was in Monterey. Earthquake took it down. You know, they moved it over there to Carmel. So, when they'd get done laying the rock, as I spoke, then Father Serra would have them killed, murdered, make them dig their own grave. So, in San Diego, they've taken the name off. Thank you. You're talking one of the greatest mass murders, but Ogden, Utah, Peter Skeen Ogden there say he used to cut up their bodies and to show them as an example. I mean, the Ashley 100 were a bunch of derelicts they just hired to come out here and kill fucking people. So I didn't know this. I just found this out. So my old middle school, PB Middle School, I've always thought it a pretty dry name. I graduated at Walquist Junior High here. I'd go back and forth. My grandparents had their house in PB. And the statute of Old Town, they've been in PB since 1847. And so, blah, blah, blah. So they would, you know, they wouldn't let me stay there by myself. My mom had a fit. So I'd have to come home fast times at Weber High, but they're going to change it. PB Middle School, right there, you know. I've done a lot of videos there. The murals, that's the only, remember I used to do all those videos, the sills and the wells, the only ones at PB are painted on the middle school. They're going to change it to Payne. Now, who's Payne? So he was the first black educator in San Diego County. And PB, oh God. Let's talk La Jolla right there. You ain't seen racist. I'll show you racist. So they told him he couldn't teach in San Diego County because black teachers had to teach black students and they couldn't teach white students or, you know, Hispanic students. You know, come on. San Diego was full of Portuguese and Spanish invaders. Come on. They've been there forever. Same families up on Walton Avenue. Stanford kills Utes. Again, at least 5 of these Pac-12 teams will make it to the Final Four. It's one of the great lines in history. So San Diego 200, he was there. 250. When we raised the Cunha flag, it's very. I filmed it all. It's online, you know. So the Spanish murders. Let's talk this real quick about the great murals. So this is important because this is the art school that I went to. I started here at 16 years old. It wasn't this building, it was the Lamppost Hall. Mr. Dr. Lamppost still alive. The banker oligarch, he's 97. That's who mentored me. Bill Strong. Do you think that's Ted Bundy's Volkswagen? Talk about the Denver. You know, he was on this campus, Ted. So when I was here, Bill Strong, the magnificent, he'd have us gather up dead birds if we could find any anywhere. And he would go after the brownie and the Wattises and all. He'd go after them all. He was an incredible artist. His daughter was murdered here in Albany. He was a trip, man. He was good. Folded. Dr. Catlin, she was murdered in Africa. So, anyway, it's a long, complicated story. But the murals inside the Denver airport, you know, they become such the thing. I love that fucking airport. I gotta tell you, I didn't tell anybody this last year. You know, I was having a choking issue last year. I almost died in that fucking airport. I came close. You know, these shitty flights I always take and I get layovers. In Denver, I heard wolf down some food between airplanes. You know, I had my bag with some stuff in it and I choked and I couldn't get it out. Ooh. I love that fucking airport. And the muralist who did those, you know, I believe he's of Mexican descent. But, I love those fucking things. I love that airport. That airport is grand. You can fly in, you can see the teepees. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. It's kind of like the old Salt Lake airport. The old Salt Lake airport is fucking beautiful, grand. The best airport of them all is San Diego because it's so easy to get out. I get out, walk on, get on the bus. I'm right there on Walton Avenue. You know, to PB. I get on the bus, change out at Old Town, get on the 30, and I'm at PB Middle School. So these two young ladies who went to work on, shows you. I'll tell you how good, speaking of, you know, the invaders, my Polk, he goes to Polk, my grandson goes to Polk. You Google say Polk, that's my grandson. So he's already the little activist here, don't you? You know, and we saved it by 40 votes. And I said, well, you did that, that's your first accomplishment. So the lunch lady the other day told me, he says, he threw a fit, they brought in this new lunch lady from another school, blah, blah. Because it's old school, you know. They're remodeling it right now. Sloppy Joes, blah, 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 blah. He loves them. He loves the old school. She says, this new we could cook on. He says, you either bring back the sloppy joes to our lunch. He says, or I'm gonna form a picket line. I'm gonna form a strike. We're gonna form a protest. We're gonna protest, and if that protest doesn't work, I'm going on hunger strike for at least 30 seconds. He says. Lunch lady, she says, I mean, I told her, you know, God, Billy Madison on Balco. I mean, old, beautiful. So, I'm so thrilled. You know, what about the Buccaneers there at Mission Bay? Well, what about all of it? Come on. This is a great story. So I'm a kid here at West Weaver Elementary in Leslie Hodson, going back and forth with my grandparents on Hunsaker Avenue, the statue at Old Town. That's him. I stand up in class and we're learning about California history, and I says, I'm a little guy. Well, California is a Latin word for mass murderers, and what do you think we name everything off these Spanish invaders? They were killers. They were nothing but murderers. So were these Spanish invaders. And I went on this rant about James Fremont, which our high school here is named. It's disgusting. I got sent to the principal's office. You know, Kate Sessions, fucking Martha Farm on Balco. My grandpa came. When he shows up, I'm like, whoa. My grandmother's the historian, Ike Potter's last living granddaughter, great-granddaughter, married April 4th. Talk about Western expansion lineage. Whoa. Ike Potter spoke all 5 tribes' languages here. Oh, what a freaking trip that dude. Wow, what a guy. My auntie, who believed in reincarnation, who's part Shoshone, told me, well, I'm sure that you're Ike reincarnated. I'm like, well, I hope they don't shoot me in the back and Puerto Rock will tie me up and slit my throat. So I'm in trouble. I'm like, oh God. We had a mean principal there, too. He's an asshole. And, hey, teachers, lead the fast times at Weber High. Is that a tomato soup can in your pocket? Or that was all filmed there. By the way, my birthday's coming up. We're going to do it at Nick's there this year. 60th. We had to delay it. I'll do it this year. I'm going to plan on flying on San Diego the 7th or the 8th. So we got a lot of tide pool work to do there. Dead tide pool jumping at Pacific Point Beach Junior High. Now going to be named Payne. I love it. I love it. Fuck Father Sierra, the mass murderer killer. So my grandpa shows up and I'm like, oh God, no. He never shows up. If he shows up, you know, he was one of those guys, never laid a finger on me. He was so nice, whatever, but he just commanded your respect. And he earned it. You know, like my dad. I didn't challenge him. I knew better. I'm like, oh boy, am I in trouble. And I'm nervous as hell. He comes and he says, you kicked him out for what? Why? Because he's telling the truth? So he took me and he says, I want you to meet somebody. That day, we went over to Old Town. It was the old professor there. He was friends with him in Old Town. And he's the guy that wrote the book on their Gary Bounty House. And that's where I learned a lot that day. He says, that's exactly what California means. Come on. The whole place is rooted in murder. Stanford kills Utes. Again, Spanish mass murderers, the invaders, san. So this is important work. By the way, the murals, those murals are fucking grand. And the next time I'll do some videos of it. They are magnificent pieces of art. I mean, they're right up there. You remember when Rockefeller and Anderson Vanderbilt's grandpappy, public be damned, tore him out when he found out. By the way, Diego Rivera was one of the laziest artists in history. He never did it. I do all my own plaster work. 10,000, including the ceilings right there in that building in the Browning Center. Those artists, that's all me. You know, the tree in the Children's Museum, carved out hand, built. Oh, that's me. The 1905 Masonic Temple. Oh, that's me. I got thousands of them. He says, I want you to teach this boy something. He told him the story. He says, this old lady sitting there with him, really old. And she says, you're Abe and Ella's grandson, huh? Yeah. God, you should know this story. The Gary house, I was a little girl when they murdered my parents in Mission Valley. They killed them. And they lassoed me like an animal. They put me in a cage in the Gary house. I think it's an irony because my Gary got $5 million off the shut down and set an offering when Kevin Blanchard did the war. I got nothing. Good peasant. Some people right up here on the Presidio on the hill bought me. I was their house servant and slave from the time I was a little girl. I lived my whole life in that house. She was really old. She says, when the old man died, he had so much guilt. And the old lady had died. He left me the house. And so the old professor, he gave me a little lecture that day about the bounty house. $25 for a child's ear, $50 for a woman's. And then I, started digging in. Then I learned they did the same thing in Ogden. Peter Skin Ogden was a murderer. Changed the name? Well, I don't know. Ogden's right on. Ted Bundy was on this campus. So it's amazing. Thank you to you two young ladies in. I love that school. Walk across the street to Trader Joe's and get some fucking. Right, I used to go right across the street, and there used to be a really cool old organic place called the Tomato. Come down from Noyes and Only. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A. What a gem, the streets. England. It used to be called the Tomato. It was the best juice bar everywhere. There was a guy and his beautiful daughters I used to hang around with him. It was so fun. It's got the animals all painted on it, the wells. Same at Del Mar Racetrack on the fairgrounds. On this side, it's the giant. I love those fucking murals. Oh, they're so great. The murals in the Denver airport. What fucking art. What an artist that dude. Chula Vista. I think he's got one in Chula Vista. Not sure, but I think so. And anyway, so I wanted to get this up. Important. I'm thrilled. And even though I will always stick up for Bill, the second greatest college basketball player in history, Bill Walton. Who's first? Well, that's easy. That's Kareem. And, whoa. Fuck Bill Walton. I watched him play so many times. He played for the Clippers there with Kobe Bryant's dad, Jelly Bean. They tore down the fucking football arena, Jack Murphy. I hated that name, Jack Murphy. I always hated in Mission Valley where they murdered all the natives right there. San Diego Stadium. We were talking, me and Peter, the other day about some of the great stuff we saw there. I says, I remember Johnny Unitas playing in there. Yeah, at the end of his career. Huh. Tear it down. Aztecs, so I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled, and I didn't find this out till after I did the video. I was talking about Father Serra would line them up, and I slept there that night in that cemetery. I took my grandson back there this year when we were there, when the fires raged through there. The tree that floated out into Carmel, ooh, what's that smell? Jeffers Tower. God, what a piece of real estate, huh? I love fucking Robin Jeffers. Ferengeti smells like spaghetti. I read a book all night. Stayed all night in the city lights. Peter's dad is the Blue Door bookstore there. That's him. He's still alive. I says, you make sure you tell Peter about they're going to rename it. Pain. Fucking racism? La Jolla? Oh, the most racist people in the world. So I'm also doing some work on Caltech right now and the 61 Rose Bowl. And this is a great story. My saint grandfather was an early student. I was so wild. Fast Times at Ridgemont. That's me. That's how I lived. Fuck, I never went to school. But I graduated. We were high, 698 in class, 699. And then here, fuck, I was on the dean's list every fucking quarter. I got the highest score Dr. Cooley ever gave. It just shows you about your priorities. My priorities. Bill Walton was at San Diego 250 when we raised the Kumeyaw flag. So there's the Spanish flag, there's the Mexican flag, there's the American flag. They have them out of order. It should be the Kumeyaw flag first. They were there for 18,000 years in PB with the racetrack, White Earps Racetrack. Who was his attorney? Oh, James Hunsaker. yeah, that's White Earp. You know, younger, all of them. They were there. They were in PB. So, first sheriff, that's my lines. The statue go on. Bill Walton's family goes all the way back. The Portuguese, they're all still there. Bill was there. He sat with me, and when I flipped off Mission Bay High School, the mayor, he's not the mayor anymore. He's trying to impeach Gavin. He's a Mission Bayer. You know, Peter's at Point Loma. David Wells, the baseball coach there. I saw him some kids the other day. What a fucking player that dude was. Whoa. So, Vikings, Don Larson. Tony Gwynn, San Diego State. What a basketball player he was. So, Bill, he came. There was only 250. So, a lot of people will argue this day right here on this. This was Mexico when the Mormons got here. They took it on their own, called it Deseret. Mark Hoffman did his work right there. I'd like to interview Mark Hoffman in prison sometime. Salamander letter on Balco and Chemo. San Diego, the Mormon Battalion, at the tree in Monterey, where they signed it over. Got an argument with an asshole fucking professor here. I'm like, you're full of shit. It was Mexico, not old Spain, the map makers, America Vast. No, the Mexicans kicked the Spaniards out. You know, when Polk invaded, he raised the flag in Mexico City, and they all wrote it in their journal that they thought they'd entered heaven, Taylor and crew. It's irony, because my grandson goes through Polk, and he saved Polk. These two, it just shows you what young people can do. It's just two young girls at PB Middle School got the name. I mean, I'm thrilled about it. You can't teach here in San Diego County. Black teachers can only teach black. Well, what about indigenous teachers? You ain't seen it. I mean, at San Diego 250 was almost all Kumeyaw speakers, and they were fantastic. I videoed it, put it online, you know, and they raised the flag. I was so fucking thrilled. I was so happy. By the way, I'll say this about the Mormons. The statue at Old Town, there's holes in it all over. That was the same day they arrived in Old Town, the same day the Bear River Massacre happened, January 29th. Interesting, isn't it? So March Madness on Balco. By the way, they always choke, don't they, those Aztecs in the tournament every fucking year. Kind of like us here in Utah, but I'm going to do a bunch of work on Caltech. My grandpa, one of those kids, says, you're going to go, my school teacher and some different people says, well, Kevin's so good at quantum physics already, his mind, blah, blah. Down there, they hated me here. You know, and I was always the artist. I got a Hawken trowel in my hand at a very young age, and I taught myself how to plaster. I'm still glad I did it. So you're going to go to Caltech. Well, that's where my grandpa's, the fuck well, he didn't say fuck, the hell if he is. He's not going to there. Those German killers, and I says, aren't part of your lines Austrian? Yeah, I remember when I was learning to speak German at Pacific Beach Middle School, and Walkwest Junior High, Dr. Hall. Hair Hall. My grandpa was so pissed. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, those no good dirtbag Germans. But we went crazy. World War II. Come on, World War II. World War II. You know? Oh, they know. That's when I'm in Vienna. I'm there a lot, and they're like, God, just keep talking English. We love your accent. I said, my German's terrible anyway. I just hang at this beautiful little cool place where I go in Vienna. You have to go with me sometime. And girl works in, it's like a little kitchen, you know, it's a really great little place. And your mom never taught you any good German? Well, she tried. My grandpa forbid me to speak. You know, that video we do with this rainbow over the top of us is right there where Hitler declared Austria his. And you talk to Frida. I was at Frida Meisenblatt's house on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. The greatest anti-nuclear activist, most accomplished who ever lived. She put me, you're the tip of the spur, Kevin Blanche. She says, I fought Hitler from the time I was a little kid. By the time he got here to Vienna, he had all the power. So we all had to raise our hand. He says, there's one guy like this. He's famous in Vienna now. His name was Augusta Landmeister. Everybody in Austria says, that's my grandpa. That's my great uncle. That's my great grandpa. He was killed not long after that, but he's the only one in that famous photograph. Stand up against him. I'm thrilled. I am fucking thrilled. Serra, I'll never forget that night. I almost drowned. Shows you. I've always known. Carmel, right there, that spot. May Brussels radio station right there. And the Pope flew in, he landed right there. You know, I always knew how hallowed it was. Same with San Diego. So, you know, I want to do some work on the murals in the Denver airport. Fuck, I love that airport. San Diego's the best one ever because you can walk out, get on the bus, and, you know, of course, you might hit a building on the way in. Remember when that plane? I don't like Mondays. That's where all the school shootings started. I don't like Mondays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays, or Sundays. That was there. You know, right there. That's school. Serra. Fuck. The Spanish murderers. Change all these fucking names, including the state of name California, including San, Los, Spanish mass murder invaders. It was Mexico from 1821 before Monterey signed it over. Didn't Dolly live in Monterey for a while? It was Mexico when they changed it. My grandpa was the Mormon Battalion, you know. The Mill, that's him, you know. Oh, I love that fucking line. It's one of the great Yogi Berra lines in history. I'm telling you, you think they're no good? Stanford kills Utes. Stanford Indians kill Stanford Utes. Again. You're going to Caltech. My grandma said, the hell if he is. Those evil freaking killer bastards. What about SDS? Oh. Weber State. Great. Stay tuned.